Class 11th, subject physics, 12th chapter, magnetism. From the chapter, let us see Earth's magnetism. Earth's magnetism. So let us consider this as the Earth's surface. We know that when a magnetic dipole or the magnetic needle is suspended freely in air, then it aligns itself in north-south direction. Therefore, this point on the Earth's surface will represent the geomagnetic north pole, and this point will represent geomagnetic south pole. So geomagnetic south pole and geomagnetic north pole. This vertical dotted line R dash represents the spin axis of the Earth. So R dash represents spin axis. Then this will be the horizontal line B dash. Then these 2 points, this point will be geographic north pole and this point will be geographic south pole. So geographic north and south and geomagnetic north and south poles are inclined by some angle with each other. Towards this geographic or geomagnetic north pole, there will be geographic north pole here. So if you consider the magnetic dipole, then towards the geomagnetic, that is magnetic poles, there will be geographic poles in the reverse order, and therefore these curved lines will represent the magnetic field lines due to the magnetism of the Earth. Now let us see some of the terms related with this Earth's magnetism. The first term is magnetic axis. The straight line NS, joining the two poles is called as the magnetic axis. That is the straight line NS which joins the geomagnetic south pole and the geomagnetic north pole. This line is called as magnetic axis. Second term is magnetic equator. A great circle in the plane perpendicular to magnetic axis. If we draw a great circle here, that circle is in the plane perpendicular to the magnetic axis is called as magnetic equator. A great circle in the plane perpendicular to the magnetic axis is called as magnetic equator. Then third term is geographic meridian. A plane perpendicular to the surface of the Earth, that is vertical plane perpendicular to the geographic axis, is called as geographic meridian. A plane perpendicular to the surface of the Earth, that is vertical plane, like this vertical plane, and perpendicular to this geographic axis is called as geographic meridian. Next term is magnetic meridian. A plane perpendicular to the surface of the Earth, that is vertical plane, and passing through the magnetic axis, is called as magnetic meridian. The plane perpendicular to the surface of the Earth, that is vertical plane, and passing through the magnetic axis is called as magnetic meridian. Then next term is magnetic declination. Magnetic declination, angle between the geographic axis and magnetic meridian. The angle between the geographic axis and the magnetic meridian at a place is called as magnetic declination alpha, will be called as magnetic declination alpha. The next term is magnetic inclination. Magnetic inclination, or it is also called as angle of dip phi. Angle of dip phi, the angle made by the direction of resultant magnetic field. The angle made by the direction of resultant magnetic field of the earth with the horizontal at a plane is called as the magnetic inclination or angle of dip phi. The angle made by the direction of resultant Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal at a plane is called as the magnetic inclination or angle of dip phi. So this magnetic declination and magnetic inclination are shown here. So if you consider this line, then that phi, angle phi, will be nothing but angle of dip, and it is the angle made by the direction of Earth's resultant magnetic field. So this is the Earth's resultant magnetic field, and this will be the horizontal. Angle between them is angle of dip or the magnetic inclination. Then if you consider the Earth's magnetic field, then this horizontal plane will represent this magnetic meridian. So this is the magnetic meridian. Then that another plane which makes some angle theta with this magnetic meridian is geographic meridian. So this will represent, this plane represents geographic meridian, and this plane represents the magnetic meridian. Angle between them is equal to theta. So in this diagram, as B is the resultant Earth's magnetic field, therefore it is resolved into two perpendicular components, that is BH and BV. BH will represent horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. BH is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field, and BV is vertical component of Earth's magnetic field. BV represents vertical component of Earth's magnetic field, and BH represents horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. So here phi is angle of dip or magnetic inclination, and therefore now let us see the next point, that is magnetic field, that is Earth's magnetic field, how it will be mathematically calculated. So if you consider this right angle triangle, then from this right angle triangle this angle is phi. Therefore this horizontal component is BH, that is the adjacent side to this angle phi, and this component is BV, that is vertical component. This will be this opposite side to this angle phi. So for this angle phi, that is magnetic inclination, opposite side is BV and adjacent side is BH. Therefore we can write this BV, which is the opposite side, that BV will be equal to B sin phi, BV equal to B sin phi, and this adjacent side will be B into cos phi, that is BH equal to B cos phi, and therefore we can write two equations as BH is equal to B cos phi and BV is equal to B sin phi. BH is equal to B cos phi and BV is equal to B sin phi, and therefore squaring and adding these two equations we can write BH square plus BV square. BH square plus BV square will be equal to B square cos square phi, B square cos square phi plus B square sin square phi. B square cos square phi plus B square sin square phi, and therefore BV square plus BH square is equal to, taking B square common, B square into cos square phi plus sin square phi, cos square phi plus sin square phi, and therefore B square will be equal to BV square plus BH square, since cos square phi plus sin square phi is equal to 1, and therefore as B square equal to BV square plus BH square, therefore B is equal to square root of BV square plus BH square, equation number 1. So this B is equal to root of BV square plus BH square will represent the magnitude of resultant Earth's magnetic field, that is B equal to square root of BV square plus BH square. Now the direction of this resultant Earth's magnetic field B will be given as, the direction will be written in the form of tan of this angle phi. So tan phi, and therefore we can write from these again equations, that is B sin phi upon B cos phi will give us the tan phi, and therefore BV upon BH, if we take the ratio, that is this second equation is divided by this first equation, then we will get BV by BH, that is equal to B sin phi upon B cos phi. B sin phi upon B cos phi, that will be equal to tan phi, because BB will get cancelled, sin phi upon cos phi equal to tan phi, and therefore from this phi will be equal to, as tan phi equal to BV by BH, therefore phi will be equal to tan inverse BV by BH. So phi is equal to tan inverse BV by BH, equation number 2. So this equation number 2 represents the direction of resultant Earth's magnetic field, that is phi is equal to tan inverse BV by BH. And now let us see the magnetic maps of the Earth. Magnetic maps of the Earth. So the maps providing the values of BH, alpha and phi at different locations are called as magnetic maps. The maps providing the values of BH, alpha and phi at different locations are called magnetic maps. These are called magnetic maps. The lines joining the places of equal horizontal components BH, the lines joining the places of equal horizontal components, that is BH, are called as the isodynamic lines. Isodynamic lines. The lines joining the places of equal horizontal components BH are called isodynamic lines. The lines joining the places of equal phi, that is equal magnetic inclination, the lines joining the places of equal phi, that is inclination, are called as Achline lines. These lines are called as Achline lines. Then the lines joining the places of equal alpha, that is declination, are called as isogonic lines. The lines joining the places of equal values of alpha, that is magnetic declination, are called as isogonic lines, and therefore by considering these values of BH, alpha and phi, we can define the values or the terms like isodynamic lines, alkaline lines and isogonic lines.